Hello, and welcome to Day 29 of the Legend of Mathmatica² Kickstarter. Our numbers are $3,416, with 50 backers and 30 hours to go. The numbers have not changed since yesterday, which is fine, because it's a nice round number. I like ending at 50. But we'll see where we end up on the very last day. Not as much information to grant to you. We've already gone over a lot of things with regards to promotion and proliferation, so if anything, I might do a small recap of some of the ideas. Particularly, first and foremost, your trailer is of absolute importance, at least if you're going to be doing a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or other form of crowdfunding thing for an individual game. You want to have that ready on your first day, and you want to be building it with three things in mind: what it is you want your users to do, what it is that your game is about, like what your game is and what your game is about, and what you want your users to feel. And there is a fourth thing, which would be what's special about your game. Now that kind of fits into what your game is about, but what's special about your game? Why would they buy your game over other games in your same genre? We talked a little bit about brand building, particularly for your team, and the idea that that should be separate from the promotion for your game. Like, your game strengthens your brand, and your brand will strengthen your game, but if you're going to promote your brand, you want to be doing that separately from the Kickstarter. Like, you can reference it at little points. We also talked a little bit about the concept that Kickstarter, one of the things about Kickstarter is that you are presenting your team and your game, and you're making a statement of competency. You're making a statement that the thing that you are trying to make, you will make, and that you will do a good job with it. The thing that you're making is A, worthy of being made, and B, will be made if the money is given. And so in that regard, the idea of talking about your team as a bumper to your trailer, but not as the trailer itself, but as a bumper to your trailer, is a good idea. You just have to make sure that you frame it properly. You think of it from the standpoint of what's interesting about your team and what is heartening about your team. What makes it so that your team is worthy of such donations, but also what makes your team interesting. What makes your individual members interesting, and what unique aspects gives your team the edge it needs to actually make this happen. And finally, setting your goal at a reasonable amount, and understanding that whatever goal that you are setting, make sure that you're setting it with respect to what you actually need, and so do your calculations beforehand. But also understanding that the game that you are making will give an impression as far as how much money it will actually take to build. And having that impression match up to the amount of money that you're actually asking for, that will help a great deal. It'll help you avoid the unspoken lie, which we talked about a little bit when we were dealing with the idea of the branding. And in general, this is one of the things that is of importance whenever you're doing any form of advertising, is understanding that you have what you say and you have what you do, and then there's this space in the middle that is the unspoken things, the inferred and implied things. All of the middling space that each of your individual connected messages and individual connected pieces of content create. As each trailer you make and the timing of those trailers will create, for lack of a better term, a narrative about either the development of your game, the development of your team, and the funding of the game as well. So that's all I've got for today. I just wanted to re-go over all of the things that we talked about beforehand, and we'll end it with this. $3,416, 50 backers, 30 hours to go. I'll admit it was more than I expected. More than I expected. And so, we will bring this to a close. There will be an announcement tomorrow with regards to the future of Legends of Mathmatica² Under the Shadow of Certainty, and what we will be doing, what we will be doing moving forward. So, without further ado, play the games you want to play, boyos. This is Redcoat, signing off.